Ministry of Public Works. Please put your hands together.
Good morning. We say welcome again to this unique workshop. I want to recognize the host, Honorable Dana Harper, from the Minister of Local Government, Honorable Robert Lafayette, the Home Minister, and the representatives from the World Bank, government officials here present, member of the full estate, ladies and gentlemen. As we are aware, the issue of urban planning in Nigeria is a very difficult thing that we are all been struggling with. People have been complaining of recent time that the Ministry of Public Works is breaking houses down to live with and people into their own houses. Against the risks that we have under the urban planning, the spatial planning, the land use, climate resilient, environmental management, and zoning and agenda. So today, workshop will be focusing on these activities that we just named. And also under the urban resilience project, we are financing an urban planning program at the University of Liberia, where we'll be issuing a bachelor degree in urban and spatial planning, and we'll also be issuing certificate and development. I mean, this will be able to help the country to curtail the issue that we're having. As we said earlier, urban planning is like a new phenomenon to us. But new projects deemed it necessary to make it that everybody gets involved in. At the end of this day, the zoning law that was passed the last time will do a formal presentation. Cannot get a copy of it. Well, every stakeholder in the infrastructure community will have copies. We believe that we do not have some. So we want to present this to the Minister of Public Works, who in return will share them with the people. Minister. So with this, we'll say thank you and have a blessed day. We'll be having a breakout session. Make sure you participate fully. We don't want you to leave for years where I did not ask the question as you have asked. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That was the voice of Mr. Flavo from the AUNLP at the Ministry of Public Works. We say thank you very much, Mr. Flavo. Your message has set the stage for our meeting here today. Next, on our welcome remarks, we will now move over to the World Bank.
Good morning, honorable ministers, distinguished guests, and ladies and gentlemen. I'm pleased to welcome you all to this important workshop on risk-informed urban planning for livable and resilient cities in Liberia. Liberia today is at an important juncture as it moves forward with implementation of the new zoning law. As we all know, cities are centers of opportunity, innovation, and economic growth. They're also home to more than half of the world's population and generate over 80% of global GDP. So let me now turn to Liberia. In Liberia, what we see is urbanization is accelerating. The urban population grew from 1.9 million people in 2010 to 2.6 million people in 2020, and is projected to reach around 6.7 million people by 2050, which is going to be 75% of the population is going to live in urban areas. This means 1 in 3 Liberians are living in urban cities. We know that urban growth is concentrated in and around Greater Monrovia, but what we also observe is that secondary cities are also fast expanding. The choices made today on land use, infrastructure, drainage, housing, public services, and environmental management would shape Liberia's development for decades. This is why urban competitiveness and inclusion depends on a forward-looking model, one that integrates risks proactively into land use, urban governance, and infrastructure investment, rather than treating it as an afterthought. This is where, ladies and gentlemen, I cannot emphasize enough the role of urban planning. Let me explain. Urban planning is, as an urban planner myself, urban planning is not just about maps, zoning, or regulations. It is about how government decides where growth should happen, how land should be used, how infrastructure and services should be prioritized, and how economic, social, and environmental goals can be balanced. Furthermore, risk-informed planning supports better development outcomes. We see that by integrating risk considerations into urban planning, regulation, and investment decisions, cities can reduce losses while also enabling jobs, private investment, and better service delivery. In Liberia, this is particularly very, very urgent. Nearly 70% of Greater Monrovia's population lives in informal settlements. Monrovia receives, we all know, Monrovia receives more than 5 meters of rainfall per year, and around 14% of Greater Monrovia's population faces flooding every year due to rainfall, with an average annual damage of about $20 million. This is huge. So as climate change intensifies and urbanization accelerates, the way cities grow can either amplify risk or it can strengthen resilience. And this is where today's workshop comes at an opportune time, because it's all about how do we build resilience in the way we do planning, but also the way we do prioritization and investments. So let me start by saying that today's workshop comes at an opportune time. Effective risk-informed planning depends on strong institutions, coordinated action across sectors, clear regulatory framework, and practical pathways for implementation. So I encourage you all to start using data to drive decisions. We need to use better available information, combine it with local knowledge, and progressively improve the evidence base for planning and investment. The challenge is not only to prepare plans, but to make planning usable and implementable through zoning, development control, land information, environmental safeguards, financing, public investment, local capacity, and last but not the least, strong enforcement. So in conclusion, I encourage you all to participate actively in the workshop. Please debate, exchange ideas, and also bring some new thinking into the urban planning processes, because time is against us. I wish you all a very fruitful and productive workshop. And lastly, my sincere gratitude to the Ministry of Local Government, Ministry of Public Works, Ministry of Finance and Development Planning for the great support on this important agenda. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. How government, urban planning, how government decides what happens with the land to reduce loss and increase jobs. We say thank you for your inspiring words to our participants today. We move next to the Ministry of Finance for a welcome remarks. Please put your hands together, please.
Good morning to all. Let me stand on a protocol already established by the World Bank. I bring you greetings from the Minister of Finance and Development Planning, who cannot be here this morning because of pressing national engagements. But I have come with a written remarks. I'm pleased to join you today for this important urban planning workshop convened on the Liberia Urban Resilience Project. I would like to extend my sincere appreciation to the World Bank and all implementing institutions for their continued partnership and commitment to strengthening urban management and resilience in Liberia. This workshop would not have come at a more important time than this. Across the world, cities are increasingly becoming the engines of economic growth, innovation, job creation, and service delivery. They are centered on opportunities where business invest, industries develop, and governments concentrate infrastructure and public services. Indeed, the experience of many countries demonstrate that sustainable economic transformation is closely linked to the development of productive, well-managed, and resilient urban centers. Liberia is no exception. Our cities are becoming increasingly important to the country's future development trajectory. Monrovia and its surrounding urban corridors already serve as the nation's principal hub for commerce, finance, logistics, education, and government services. At the same time, secondary cities such as Bikano, Banga, Ganta, Zwedru, Harpo, and Kakata are emerging as important growth poles that connect local economies to national and regional markets. As Liberia pursues the objective of the arrest agenda for inclusive development, the role of urban centers will become even more critical. No country has achieved sustained economic transformation without strong and productive cities. Cities concentrate talent, markets, infrastructure, institutions, and investment. They create economies of skills that reduce the cost of service delivery while increasing the productivity of businesses and workers alike. Well-planned cities can serve as powerful engines of structural transformation. They can support industrial development, facilitate trade and logistics, expand access to education and healthcare, stimulate innovation and entrepreneurship, and create employment opportunities for Liberia's growing youth population. Urban cities also present significant opportunities to strengthen domestic resource mobilization. As economic activities become more concentrated and formalized, local governments are better positioned to generate revenues through property taxation, business registration, service fees, and other local revenue instruments. This creates a virtuous cycle in which stronger local revenue finance, better infrastructure, and public services, which in turn attract additional investment and economic activity. Furthermore, Liberia's future competitiveness will depend heavily on the performance of its cities. Investors make decisions based not only on national policies, but also on quality of urban infrastructure, transportation networks, land administration system, public utilities, and the overall ease of doing business. Cities that are efficient, resilient, and well-managed are better positioned to attract investment, create jobs, and compete within regional and global markets. Therefore, for Liberia, urban development is not only about managing population growth, it is about creating the economic platforms through which national development objectives can be achieved. It is about building cities that can generate jobs for our young people, support private sector growth, improve living standards, strengthen climate resilience, and serve as catalysts for inclusive and sustainable economic transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, while the opportunities presented by urbanization are immense, realizing that will require deliberate planning, strong institutions, and effective coordination. Allow me to emphasize a critical issue that often receives less attention but has significant implications for development effectiveness and the efficient use of scarce public resources. One of the most costly challenges facing urban development is the lack of coordination among institutions responsible for planning. For planning, infrastructure development, public utilities, land administration, and service delivery. Too often, investments are planned and implemented in isolation. resulting to duplication, inefficiencies, avoidable costs, and disruptions to communities. In an environment of limited scarce fiscal space, Liberia simply cannot afford such inefficiencies. For example, there have been instances where utility infrastructure, including electricity poles, has been installed without adequate coordination with road development plans. Subsequently, when roads are widened, rehabilitated, or upgraded, these facilities have to be relocated or reconstructed at significant additional cost. Resources that could have been used to extend services to underserved communities are instead spent correcting avoidable planning deficiencies. The question before us is not whether Liberia will urbanize. The process is already underway. The real question is whether we will guide urbanization strategically and harness its benefits, or whether we will allow it to occur in ways that increase vulnerability, inequalities, and long-term development costs. Ladies and gentlemen, the choices we make today will determine the shape of Liberia's city for generations to come. If we plan wisely, our cities can become centers of opportunity, innovation, resilience, and economic growth. They can become engines of industrialization, hubs for private investment, gateways for trade, and places where future generations can live, work, and prosper. If we fail to plan, however, the cost of unmanaged urbanization and environmental degradation and climate vulnerability will continue to rise, placing increasing pressure on communities, local government, and the national budget. The Liberian the Liberia Urban Resilience Project presents us with a unique opportunity to build the institutional foundation, planning systems, and investment frameworks necessary to shape a more sustainable urban future. Let us therefore use this workshop not merely as a forum for discussion, but as a platform for action. Let us commit ourselves to strengthening our institutions, improving our planning systems, enhancing coordination across sectors, mobilizing the necessary resources, and working collaboratively to build cities that are resilient, inclusive, productive, and prepared for the challenges of the future. The future of Liberia will in many respects be shaped by the future of its cities. Let us ensure that they become centers of opportunity rather than vulnerability, and drivers of prosperity rather than constraints to development. I thank you and wish us all a pleasant workshop. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was the voice of the minister from the Ministry of Finance, Development and Planning, where he emphasized the need for collaboration amongst utility institutions and infrastructure institutions. He said urban development is a critical issue on the arrest agenda of the MFDP. Now we move over to the Ministry of Local Government for Owegunma. Please put your hands together.
Good morning. My name is Fatima Bintu Suri. I'm the Deputy Minister Designate for Urban Affairs, Ministry of Local Government. I would like to apologize for being late due to traffic. I'm not making excuses, but I'm sorry. Before and on behalf of our Minister, the Honorable Francis Sakila Nibami, and the Ministry of Local Government family, I would like to welcome all of you here, as urban planning is something dear to our hearts, And of course, I am the urban minister. And so, urbanizing our cities is something very important to all of us. When we urbanize, we give opportunities to everyone, and we ensure that Liberia looks and presents well in front of the rest of the world. So, I would like for you to be welcome, have a good stay in our building, and we are here to assist you all in any way, shape, or form that we can. I thank you all so much, and I'm hopeful that tomorrow I'll be on time. Thank you, and have a nice day.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Urbanizing our city is dear to our hearts. We are all here today for one reason: urbanizing our city. With that, I will have the honor and privilege to welcome up to the podium my boss, the Minister of the Ministry of Public Works, to launch our workshop. Please put your hands together for Minister.
Good morning to everybody. Distinguished representatives of the World Bank that I believe have been a very good partners to the Liberian people, other development partners that are here. I hope to see the mayors of the cities. I don't see them yet. Hope they will be here. Let me see them. Okay, some here. Thank you. The rest yet to come, especially the city of Monrovia and Painesville. The cities of Painesville, Monrovia is here. Okay. Buchanan, Banga is here, I'm sure. Kanta. Thank you. Those are the people that should be here. Heads and representatives of other sister agencies. The Ministry of Finance. My dear brother who made a speech was very interesting. The Land Commission, hope you're here. The National Disaster Management Agency, which also play a major role in the effects of some of the disasters that impact planning. The Environmental Protection Agency, our local government counterparts, colleagues, of course, of the Ministry of Public Works, the Deputy Minister for Rural Development and Community Service here, and the other colleagues, the LERP team, the distinguished partners, technicians that are here, those invited as guests, members of the press, fellow Liberians. It is a distinguished honor to officially launch this technical workshop on risk-informed urban planning. On behalf of the government of Liberia, the president of this country, I want to warmly welcome you to this workshop and thank the World Bank and other partners on this project and the Monrovia Integrated Development Project for making this gathering possible. Let me be very candid. We all speak about urban planning. It is not just the most glamorous subject to talk about. But in my mind, if you construct a highway, for example, in the flood zone, sinkholes are likely to open. For too long, our development journey, though most time is associated with a crisis, but the crisis has been over since 23 years ago, has been reactive and not proactive. We want to regulate settlements everywhere. Wetlands are turning into communities, and I hope together with the EPA, the Ministry of Public Works, and those who are responsible can stop that from happening. Our roads most time are built with our structural design system to withstand the intensity of the rainfall in Liberia. Liberia rainfall is the heaviest, if not in West Africa, but here Africa. Sometimes we build first and ask questions later, which is wrong. Only to construct, for example, a school or a health clinic in a swamp. And at the end of almost impassable roads, we construct buildings in alleys and in places that are unregulated. Resilient infrastructure begins with a simple question. Are we building in the right places? If the answer is no, no amount of concrete that is used for the construction of a building can save it if we do not build in the right places. This is precisely why today is so timely. With our new zoning law and regulations that will be distributed, for the first time, we have a legal framework that treats zoning as a tool for orderly growth, public safety, and of course, resilient environment. As a result of the effect that we all know of climate change, we must establish urban cities that are resilient enough to withstand those devastations that may come along the way. We must zone properly. We are required to construct flood-prone areas to be elevated above projected flood levels. Over the next 3 days, we are all required to not just have a conversation and not just create a talking shop. We are here to align our maps, the data, and strategies to learn where to restrict, where to condition our constructions, and where to promote development so that all of us who are responsible for ensuring that proper urban planning are executed are done in the mind of our resilient cities, bring the benefits and the economic growth that are required. We must know that those of us who are responsible to enforce laws and regulations must do so. It is one thing to create the law, it is one thing to develop the policies, it is another thing to execute and implement. And I believe implementation is important. The laws are there. If you don't execute, you can't get the results. And that is why today we struggle with construction in places that by law people should not construct in those places. Why would we allow people to build in swamp, for example, right in our faces and do nothing? We have to be more proactive. Let me say it that way. As we want to build our city, it's not just about developing the plans. It's about ensuring that people abide by what we develop. Let us be reminded that if we should build a strong Liberia, it is community by community. It's building district by district until the benefit of growth reach every citizen. Let this workshop serve as a catalyst for planning that is to be proactive, resilient, and inclusive. As the saying goes, success is not just the absence of failure, it is the persistent through failure. Let us persist together. Let us make sure our future is built on solid ground and not on drainage corridors. It is now my single honor to declare this workshop officially open, and that these deliberations will be remembered, but not just remembered, but used as a basis for executing and building resilient city. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the Ministry of Public Works. A legal framework has been established, first of its kind. Those of us who are responsible to carry out the law in our different institutions must do so. But the question in our mind, are we building in the right places? Thank you, Minister, for that brilliant welcome remark and setting the stage. So next we'll move over to our participants introduction now that the workshop has been launched. I would like to call up my co-moderator, so we'll start to introduce.
Hi, good morning everyone. And thank you very much for the inspiring opening remarks. So we would like to move on to the session, but before moving on, we would like to have a quick sense of who is in the room. So, but we have a lot of participants today, thankfully. Thank you for coming. So, I would like to ask only 2 questions, the name and the institution. So I will circulate the mic over. So please pass over the mic to next to, and I will start. Maybe. Yes. Hello, my name is Caroline Isawa. I'm a disaster risk management specialist at World Bank. Pleasure to meet you all and excited to be here today. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Anton Engelman, Director of Planning and Programming, Ministry of Public Works.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Acampo Garcia, Lead Disaster Risk Management Specialist from the World Bank.
Morning, everyone. My name is Nina Catan, Disaster Risk Management Consultant at the World Bank.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Angela Franco. I'm Urban Planner Consultant at the World Bank.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Vivian Milarini, Director, Urban Affairs, Ministry of Local Government.
Good morning. I'm Kibusmo Johnson Ward, Director of Projects, EDA.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Deputy Paul B, Project Engineer.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Selassie Joy Mansco. I'm Research Analyst at the Urban Department Administration, Ministry of Local Government. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm George Olen Ketia. I'm the Director for Public Construction Standard at the Ministry of Public Works. Also, an architect and urban planner. I once provide a consultancy here for the National Urban Policy Collaborative on the UNDP as well as RCP. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Aaron Lawson Yuma from the Ministry of Public Works.
Good morning. My name is Helen G. from the Ministry of Public Works.
Cecilia Juma Tata, Deputy Minister for Urban Development and Community Services in the Ministry of Public Works.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Stephen S. Kamara, Acting Director of Construction Permitting and Inspectorate at the Ministry of Public Works.
Good morning. I'm Peter Fisher Jr., Director for Local Government at the Ministry of Local Government, Republic of Nigeria.
Good morning. I'm Henry Bisula Jr., Assistant Director, City Town Planning, Urban Affairs, Ministry of Local Government.
Good morning. My name is Joe X. Malu, Lead Project Engineer at Bring Urban Resilience Project.
Good morning. My name is Jutomo Stanford Flomo. I'm a Social and Gender Specialist at Bureau Urban Resilience Project.
My name is Samson Wonan. I work for the Bureau Urban Resilience Project as a communication and community engagement specialist.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Eugene King. I work as an environmental specialist for the LURP.
Good morning. I'm Jim Tony Davis, Project Engineer at the National Hospital of Columbia.
Good morning. My name is Wilton Brisbane-Terrio. I work for the Ministry of Transport as Director of Planning Policies and Projects.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Norm Alison Davis, and I work for the Environmental Protection Agency.
Good morning. I'm Jay Philip Simon II. I work as Director for Planning on Hotel City Corporation.
Good morning. I'm William P. Seward. I'm the accountant of the Bangladesh City Corporation.
Good morning. My name is Anthony Myers. I'm the Director of Communication, Ministry of Public Works.
Good morning. I'm Solomon T. Carter, Assistant
Good morning, everyone. My name is Alpha GPS from the Labella Corporation, and I'm here for research and planning.
Good morning. My name is Pasha People from
Good morning, I'm Carl Paisina Brown, Inspector General of Environmental Protection Agency.
Good morning, my name is Brandon Bishop, I'm Good morning, I'm John Frederick Martin, Assistant Director for Environmental Management Research.
Good morning, my name is Tumeni Bimri. I'm the Assistant Director for Development and Sorry about that. My name is Tumeni Bimri. I'm the Assistant Director for Regional Planning and Regional Finance. My name is Francis Mawia. I'm the Director for the Graduate School in Regional Science at the University of Liberia.
Good morning, George B. McGill. I'm the Director for Zoning at the Nigerian Health Authority.
Good morning, my name is Thomas Davis. I work on district and the Director of Geology Business Services. Good morning, I'm Jay Emerson from the Institute for Regional Financial System.
I'm Thomas A. Nina, City Manager of Ghana City Corporation.
Good morning, I'm Masoyo. I'm the Director of President.
I'm Saki K. from the General Secretary of Ghana City Corporation.
Good morning, my name is Project Scott, Head of Facility at Liberia Corporation.
Good morning, my name is Boy Rahosi. I'm the Director General for Planning and Engineering Services at the Liberia City Corporation.
Good morning, I'm Reverend John Sefupa, Power Ghana City Corporation, Community Service Director, Social Authentication Corporation.
All right. Good morning. My name is Nathaniel Success Toka. I'm a Communication and Project Officer from the Copa City Corporation in Iba County.
Good morning. I am Rowena Fuka, Finance Officer from Copa City Corporation.
Good morning. My name is Gabriel Westwood, Chief Officer, National Disaster Management Agency. I am honored to be here and I look forward to a fruitful deliberation. Thanks for me.
I'm Philip J. Noah, Chief of Prevention, Liberia National Fire Service.
Good morning, my name is John Pangre. I'm from the PNG City Corporation.
Good morning, my name is Jamal Fixing Jadite. I'm the Director of General Services and National Disaster Management Agency.
Good morning. My name is Orton Doyle. I'm from the Painesville City Corporation.
Good morning. My name is James Moro Kennedy. I'm the Director for Urban Planning and Zoning at the Painesville City Corporation. Thank you.
My name is Gwen Darius Dowa from the Governance Commission, Policy Analyst representing GC.
Good morning. I'm Samuel S. Hart, Mayor of Copa City.
Good morning, I'm Sam Yapao Jr. I grow on the Corporation Project Engineer.
I'm George P. Kibwe, Senior Planning.
Good morning, my name is T. Adam Asemwa Jr. from the Lydia ELPC.
Good morning, my name is Steve G. Federer. I represent the New Dawn newspaper.
Good morning, my name is Pastor Dozer from OPFM.
Good morning. My name is Tom Wesley Papa, as well as the Urban Advisor
I've been operating this project, Ministry of Public Works.
Good morning, my name is Abdul Mwewa. I'm the GIS advisor at Bureau of Urban Resilience Project, Ministry of Public Works.
Good morning, my name is Jordan Zifo. I'm the chair for the Department of Architecture at the University of Liberia.
Hello, good morning. My name is Abakar Ahmed, I'm a specialist in the environment.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Binta Masakwan. I'm the operations officer at the World Bank.
Good morning, I'm Gabriel Sabasa Senior. I'm the project coordinator of the Great Federal Resident Project.
Good morning, my name is Madhu Ravinath. I'm the practice manager for rural development, disaster risk management and land at the World Bank.
Good morning again. My name is Jay Wellington Baju Request, Assistant Minister for Development Planning, Ministry of Finance and Development Planning.
Good morning. My name is Fatima Bintu Salif, and I'm the Deputy Minister Designate, Ministry of Local Government, Urban Affairs.
And good morning again. My name is Roland Gillis, Minister of Public Works, and I want to use this opportunity to ask I believe Cecilia Tapla is the Deputy Minister for Community Services and Rural Development will sit in my chair. Welcome.
Please put your hands together for my minister. So,
Santiago Arias, I'm a senior vice president for the World Bank, and also what we call the task leader for the Liberia Rural Resilience Project. We want to welcome all of you here. And now we're going to have an activity.
Yes, a little activity. Thanks to all of you, the corporation. We are on the track. So I would like to pose 2 extra questions to understand a bit better about the expectation of the workshop and also what's the action needed for urgent action that you think is needed for the urban planning. And sorry, maybe it's a little.
Yes. Before our minister leave, we'll kindly ask that we just go to the front, right outside, so we can do a group photo and then return and begin the session. Thank you so much,
folks.
for
Thank you
your
for watching Spoon
understanding.
TV. Thank you so much for watching Spoon TV.